at the Sundance Film Festival. We're here from Hal, Carrie, and Bill, and we're doing some of our artist interviews. With the first one today, a gentleman named Ricky Whittle, who's been very patient with getting our technical things together here.
Now before Ricky speaks, let me just warn the women of the audience. He's got one of them voices, baby.
Well, as a matter of fact, here's what I would suggest that the women in the audience do.
All right.
Google the name Ricky Whittle, which I did this morning.
Yes.
Your
IMDb page, good photo.
Ricky Whittle, W-H-I-T-T-L-E. He has a British accent, and he is a beautiful man.
Gina is going to be so sad that she wasn't here. You are so exactly what she describes as the perfect man. Seriously.
I feel upset that she's not here now.
Ricky is in a movie called Austen Land, and directed by Jerusha Hess, who is from Utah.
She's one of your own. Yeah. She's born and bred, and it was an absolute honor to work with the genius.
Let's talk about, first of all, just because the Sundance Film Festival, this is a premiere. A lot of people, they're not going to really know what Austen Land is about. Would you describe the movie to us?
Sure. Basically, it's a film based on a Shannon Hale novel called Austen Land, and it's basically Kerry Russell plays an American who's obsessed with the whole idyllic man, the Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice, and no man basically measures up. So she travels to the UK and books herself into this Jane Austen-themed resort called Austen Land, where all the staff are male, and they're all dressed in English, regional attire, and they speak in Old English, and they're basically hired by Jane Seymour to basically romance the women, give them the whole roll in the hay experience. So basically, Jane Seymour is running a brothel, technically, and so it's all about can Kerry find love.
And who do you play in Austen Land?
I play Captain George East, one of the staff who's employed to romance the ladies. Do
you have a role in the hay with?
My character's very flirty, and he's very, very much into the ladies. He's not really there to do anything but romance the ladies. He's not about the money. He's not about anything but romancing those girls. So yeah, you'll see a lot of him. There's a lot of topless action
when you
things
say
like that.
Will see a lot of your character, this is
of his character.
Yeah. So what's the character's name again, Sir?
Captain Georgie.
George East.
Yes.
The actor is Ricky Whittle, and when you say you will see a lot of your character, do you mean? A lot of you.
I mean, you'll see him throughout the film, but I guess you'll also see a little bit of flesh. So I think people should definitely get out there and go and see it if they have the chance at Sundance.
Just do an image search, Ricky Whittle, and you'll see he's a very.
Can I tell you a quick story about actually how I actually got the job? I'm hoping it's not how I got the job, but my agent phoned me up and said Jerusha Hess would like to have a meeting with you. She liked your audition tape. So basically, she was in Utah, I was in Los Angeles, and she said, "Can you put yourself on tape for the role of Captain George East?" So I thought, "Yep, fantastic." Did it. The breakdown of the character was he's a Jamaican, he's very island-like, so I thought white shirt, open, shorts. And,
exactly.
That's
just what I pictured.
Perfect paradise character, I thought. So I put myself on tape, sent it off, and then I've gone on Skype to have my meeting with Jerusha and Megan, actually, Megan Hibbert. And the first things they said was, "So that's what you look like." And I was like, "Excuse me?" And they were like, "Well, for some reason," and I checked it completely, but the tape, when it opened up on their end, only played from the neck down to the groin. So all they could see was torso and groin. So she was like, your accent was fantastic, your abs looked great, your crotch was wonderful, but we had no idea what you looked like. We had to Google you.
Ricky,
so my torso got me the job.
That's
Ricky,
hilarious.
I want to put this crotch in my film. That's what I want, Ricky.
Oh my gosh, were you there? That was the conversation. That was a conversation. I want this crotch and torso in my film.
Where are you from originally?
Originally from Manchester, but I'm actually a bit of a mutt. My father was in the Royal Air Force, so So I've got a little bit of everything.
Traveled around a lot.
Traveled around, yeah. Every 3 years we move to different countries, different Royal Air Force bases. But I'm English, Irish, Scottish, French, and Jamaican. So
all the good ones.
There's a lot in there. Yeah, there's a lot in there.
And how long? When did you decide? Okay, I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to go to LA and do it.
It was an absolute fluke, to be quite honest. I was a sportsman. I played lots of. I played international football. Soccer, as you guys call it.
Yeah.
Soccer. I was an international rugby player, and I was. That was the way I wanted to go. Unfortunately, I was very injury prone, so my father said to get a degree behind you, so you had something to fall back on if you do get injured. So that's when I took myself off to university to study law, which has always been a passion of mine. My mum said that ever since I was 5, I wanted to be a lawyer for the mafia in Italy, which is interesting as a child.
They all need representation. Everyone does.
And I thought you're going to be constantly in work.
Yes, you would be.
But as I got older, I started to realize maybe working for the mafia wasn't such a good idea, so I dropped that. I did German, Italian, and French at school. I learned that I'm rubbish at languages, so I dropped the Italy part. And then I went to university, did a bit of modeling to pay for my books at uni, whilst my friends stacked shelves at the local supermarkets because I was too lazy. I thought,
well, it's just that you were better looking than all your friends.
No. I mean, just someone was willing to pay to take a photo. So. I did a bit of modeling, and my agent put me forward for a show called The Dream Team, which is kind of like Friday Night Lights, but with soccer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
With soccer.
With soccer, yes. Because I looked like a soccer player. So I went along to the audition, blagged it, thought nothing to lose, went along.
Excuse me, wait a minute. There's one of those things.
Is that an English slang? English slang. I blagged. Blagged. It's when you talk your way into something, basically. Or way out if you're in trouble. You can blag your way out of something, or you can blag your way in.
Gotcha.
Like I blagged my way into Austen.
BS'd. You BS'd your way out. Yeah.
I believe you would call it BS.
Well, we'd call it something else, but we're on the radio. So
I live my life like Mum and Dad are watching, so BS isn't in my vocab, I'm afraid.
Oh my God, look at this. Carrie's found a picture of Ricky wearing a pair of diesel underpants, and that's it. And
which I'd like to add, Shannon Hale actually signed on set. So
here's the thing: I have the same pair of underwear.
Fantastic.
And I look just like them. Do you?
Obviously, you've lost a bit of the tan now.
So you blagged your way into acting?
Yeah, I blagged my way into acting. You know, I thought I had nothing to lose, and I was very fortunate to be paired with a guy who played my father on Dream Team called Terrence Maynard, and he's a fantastic actor, fantastic CV, and he basically taught me everything I know. He said, "Don't act something, you know, feel it. If you feel sad, you're gonna look sad. If you feel happy, you're gonna look happy. Don't act happy, don't act sad, because that's when it becomes fake." And that was the best advice I ever had. And you're just constantly learning. It's the great, positive thing about our industry is you're constantly learning. I'll be old and grey and still be learning from fellow actors, cameramen, producers, directors. There's always something to learn.
First time here at Sundance.
It is, and it's a beautiful city, by the way.
Yeah, here at Park City. But you told me that you overdressed, or you told me. I like this story. Tell that story.
So this is my first premiere. I've always been too busy in the UK for premieres. I've always been working or something, so I've never actually had the chance to get to a premiere. And so I got a little bit excited. I thought, okay, I'm excited, Sundance, this is huge. This is my first film, it's a premiere, it's Sundance, it's one of the biggest in the world, everyone knows about it. I packed a couple of suits, a 3-piece suit, a nice black suit, I thought a little black tie, I got here, I jumped onto Google, searched Sundance red carpet to find jeans, boots, T-shirts.
All you really need is a black T-shirt.
Yeah, I am a little bit overdressed for Sundance, but you know what? I'm proud. I'm just going to blame the. He's English. I mean,
exactly.
He always dresses.
You can get away with it.
Yeah, I really think you should show up wearing a 3-piece suit. You should do it. When is the premiere, by the way? Is it today?
The premiere is today at 12 o'clock
at the Eccles Theater here in Park City, and then there are other showings of Austen Land. Do you have the list of?
I have them all here. Yes, on the 19th at the Egyptian Theater at 8:30 in the morning. The 21st at Peary's in Ogden, the Peary's Egyptian Theater at 6:30 in the evening. On the 22nd at the Mark in Park City at 8:30 in the evening. On the 24th, once again at the Egyptian Theater here in Park City at noon. And on the 26th downtown, 3:30 p.m. at the Rose Wagner. You can see it.
I hope this is. I hope you have a great time.
No, I'm looking forward to it. It really is it's a funny rom-com. You know, Stephanie Meyer, who obviously produced the Twilight series.
I was going to ask if it was the same Stephanie Meyer.
Yeah,
okay.
it's her, and then Jerusha and Jared Hess, who did Napoleon Dynamite.
Sure.
So, you know, if you can imagine the amalgamation between those two minds, you have the crazy comedy that is Austenland.
Austenland is the movie. Ricky Whittle, much success as you continue along, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a lovely day.